Sure. Hurry. Get ready. O'Neal. Yep. Hey, O'Neal, do an intro.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Distraction Post Show. Jeremy Lambert, Joe Hulbert, Robert O'Neal here to talk about Survivor Series coming up. That's exciting. And a bunch of other stuff. How you doing, guys?
I'm good, Bobby. How are you?
One of these days I'm going to do the intro where I just, scream your guys' names like Kurt Angle. I'll pop myself tremendously. That's all that matters.
That's all we do. We just pop each other around here, right?
Yeah, that's tremendous. How was his interview with the legit boss?
Oh boy.
I don't want to be too mean because Kurt really does seem like he's trying his best. But the interviews when they're people that he already knows and he's been around for a long time are pretty good. Like the Ken Shamrock one was good. The Edge one was good. The Mysterio one was good. This one didn't really work because, part of the problem is that Sasha doesn't really get out of character for interviews. Yeah. So that doesn't really add anything. So it's the same stuff you've heard over and over.
You should ask Jack Crosby about that sometime.
Oh, yeah, he told me that, yes.
He did tell you that? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so, not great, but, Kurt's doing his best.
Yeah, sometimes she'll break out of character and, give a good answer, but otherwise it's just she's gonna commit to that, and when you listen to enough of it, it's like, okay, I get it.
Yeah. Bob, your thoughts on the chat turning Jack Crosby heel live on the air? And him just refusing to talk at the end and getting so mad at the chat?
I think we should cut Jack a break. Jack's good.
Jack looked at the chat. That was his problem.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
You can't do that. Yeah, you can't do
that.
You
gotta be I've been there.
Real selective when you do that. Some of the shows with, more viewers, I would advise against it. Some of them you're okay, but...
So you saying it's a bad idea then that when you're in the middle of trying to tackle a subject like wrestling's handling of speaking out with nuance, and you look at the chat and someone's just like, J Lethal Rules, go fuck yourself. Would you say that hurts when you're trying to?
Yeah, I don't find that to be productive from either side. So I would probably avoid that.
Yeah, okay, that's a good idea. Good advice. Now we have something to do here initially, from what I can gather. Jeremy
we only got 20 minutes to do it because O'Neal's got to leave at 5.
Oh no, I leave at 5 my time. I
forgot you were an hour behind.
Yeah.
Okay.
He'll be on here for the whole show.
Yeah. All right. That's fine then. Okay. Anyway, people are very mad in the chat that I put the Bulls suck in the title. But look, don't blow 20-point leads to Portland, and I won't put the Bulls suck in the title. Right, O'Neal?
Well, part of the problem, I don't know if you've heard about this, Joel Embiid gave Nikola Vucevic COVID, so they've been kind of thin for big men, and Jusuf Nurkic just went last night.
Tony Bradley ain't working out for you?
No, Tony Bradley sucks.
He's got good hands. I like Tony Bradley.
Take him back.
Oh, my God.
I remember when he got traded to OKC. He's played for all of our teams, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he got traded to OKC and played there for, a game or two.
Well, that's fun.
What's up, Joseph?
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about something that Jack said on that show. I don't want to really bring it up again because I don't want to get him in trouble, but honestly, it's one of the most outrageous things anyone's ever said on this program.
Which one? He said a lot. Was it what we talked about on the post show? The pre-show?
That one, and also the one about the NXT Women's Champion was something that was quite... Because I don't think that's actually happened at all. I think you just imagine that, which is really interesting.
They definitely build around that.
Yeah, they're doing a thing. Not to that level, but they're doing a thing with Toxic Attraction where they're leaning into that.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know either what you're talking about. One of you saying they're building around it, and you're just saying they're leaning into it. What are they doing here?
They're building around Mandy Rose's ass.
What does that mean?
That means they're building the whole promotion around her.
No, it doesn't. You would have just said
the brand up on that ass. That's an ass state.
No, I would like some clarity as to what's going on in this television show because it sounds like it's a lot more daring than I'd realized. I'm going to be honest with you.
I don't actually watch. I just see a lot of the gifs of Mandy Rose.
Bob, what happens? Do the commentary team actually they lean into it, as you said, or is your quote lean into it?
I mean, I don't really watch either, but yeah, no, it's not so much commentary team where like it's Imperium and Carmelo and Trick, you know, bring up things.
What kind of things?
You know, just about how the Toxic Attraction, you know, they're attractive and you know, they're focused on that. And you know, it's an interesting program. They're doing a lot, and a lot of it doesn't work, but Cameron Grimes played poker with the Australian fellow, and that was fun.
Anyway, I've not listened to that yet, Dukes. No, I got distracted. Ha! That's what this show's called. All right, what was we going to do with Bob? Bob had something to do. I remember you said about.
Bob. Oh, yeah, we're going to preview WWE Survivor Series. You excited for the show, O'Neill? You've watched all the television leading up to it. You hear it's about brand supremacy?
Bobby.
I mean, I haven't watched all the television leading up to it. I've watched some of the television, but no, I mean, there's not really any stakes.
It's not about stakes. It's, you know, people want to win for the individuality as well. Like, it's the spirit of competition, O'Neill.
That's true. I mean, if you're going to put me in a competition, I would like to have some stakes.
How do you take your stake, O'Neill?
If you're in a fantasy football league and there's, you know, a cash prize at the end of the year, aren't you more likely to check your roster all year than if you're in one and it's just free?
Yeah, 100%. Those free leagues, I draft and I don't give a shit after that.
I think we're in one together.
Yeah, I haven't checked my roster since the draft.
Yeah, so, you know, ideally you want stakes.
How do you enjoy your steaks, O'Neill? I'll ask again since you ignored me the first time.
My steaks, I go usually medium rare.
Okay. Joseph? Joseph's ignoring us. Joseph, how do you enjoy your steaks?
I usually ask for the Survivor Series steak. They bring me up a sandwich.
Legitimately, how do you take your steak? I feel like
I'm not a big steak guy. Can you do the Survivor Series? Please. Ratings are in. Everybody, ratings are in.
Okay. I guess we're going to talk about that. I should
AEW Dynamite. Hang on a second. AEW Dynamite, 984,000 viewers. The demo rating, a point 3.7.
Wow.
I guess that's good.
Yeah, it seems good.
A 0.37.
Is this good or bad? I'm going to check what it was from last week.
Imagine listening to this show.
I couldn't. And not only do people listen, like they listen to all of it.
NXT got a 0.11.
Yeah, that's hilarious. It did a 0.34 last week, so it's up.
Up.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's going up. It's trending upward.
Yeah, it's trending upward. So people were excited for National Cowboy Shit Day.
I don't blame them.
Trending upward. Bob, which way is it trending, Bob?
That didn't really.
Oh my God!
What was that? Is he dabbing? Like doing a dab, like
upward,
going up.
Trending upward. All right, what was we gonna do? Survivor Series.
All right, you ready, O'Neill? Men's Survivor Series match: Team Raw, Seth Rollins, Austin Theory, Finn Balor, another guy, and Bobby Lashley against Team SmackDown: Drew McIntyre, King Woods, TBA, Jeff Hardy, and Happy Corbin. How do you see this playing out, O'Neill?
I'm going to go with Team SmackDown here. I just think they're going to probably build around Drew. I think he's a challenger for Roman at some point, if not at WrestleMania. So that's probably the direction. The Team Raw, you know, no one really likes Kevin Owens at the moment, and I'm also not going to pick a team that has Austin Theory on it.
I like Kevin Owens.
I do too. I think he's very good.
Give him the StreamYard link.
You want me to?
Yes.
Okay.
Tell him we like him.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, is his DMs open? I don't think he follows me.
Who did Bob pick? SmackDown?
I picked SmackDown, yes.
Yeah.
And I don't even know the entire team. There's still a TBA spot, which...
Yeah.
The Fiend, Bray Wyatt?
Maybe.
Braun Strongman?
Could you imagine?
Oh, yes, I can, Jeremy. Can imagine both of those things happening.
If you go look at the rest of the SmackDown roster, it'd be like Sheamus or Cesaro or someone probably.
It's a shameful thing.
It's true.
The women's Survivor Series match. Unless you have more to add about this match.
No. For the women's match, I'm going to go with Raw because Shotzi and Sasha Banks cannot coexist. And,
let me read out the teams, O'Neal, so people know who's on the teams here. Team Raw is Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Carmella, and Queen Zelina. Against Team SmackDown, Sasha Banks, Shayna Baszler, Shotzi, Natalya, and to be determined.
Fiendess, Alexa Bliss.
Could be.
There you go.
Could be.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Team Raw. Again, I don't think Team SmackDown's going to coexist.
Good pick, O'Neal. Good pick.
Why is Nikki ASH not on the team?
Because
she didn't get picked.
Yeah,
they're the tag champs, right?
Yeah, so those belts don't mean anything.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to talk about the tag belts.
No, we're not. Good idea.
Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. O'Neal?
Bow down.
Do you think they're going to shoot on each other?
I think that'd be great. I don't think they will. I also think it's going to be a DQ finish.
Really?
Probably with Becky winning. I don't know that they're going to get a clean finish there.
Sounds cowardly. They'll probably do that.
It also seems bad that the build has been pretty good, like when they've done it themselves, but the stuff on TV has not been good.
Yes. RK Bro against the Usos.
You can go with RK Bro, I guess.
Now Riddle's eating this pinfall again. He's been taking a lot of pins from what I've heard.
No. I mean, I think Roman's going to win, so, I don't know if the Usos and Roman are both going to win. I guess they could, but...
Why? They run the SmackDown. They're the ones, O'Neal.
They are the
ones. Heard that?
That's true.
Have you heard that?
Yep.
There you go. Damian Priest against Shinsuke Nakamura.
Talk about a match that hasn't had any build.
I don't think Priest has been on television in 5 weeks, and Nakamura's lost a bunch.
Yeah, and I like both of those guys. I think it'd be a good match, but I couldn't tell you who's going to win because, Shinsuke got pinned last week on SmackDown, and Damian Priest, from what I've gathered. I do like Rick Boogs. He's cool.
And Big E against Roman.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Roman, and then, the Usos are going to come out, be beating up Big E, and then Dwayne The Rock Johnson, who debuted at Survivor Series 25 years ago in New York, is going to come back and do it again.
You're calling it.
Yeah.
You're calling The Rock.
Exactly.
Going to be there.
Yep.
And that's fair. I've almost talked myself into it, honestly. I've kind of I tagged The Rock on Twitter to see if he would DM me the scoop. He has not DM'd me the scoop. Can confirm. Even if he did, I would not tell everybody here on air.
He's a coward.
But he is not. Yeah, he is. I feel like he's busy, but he's tweeting a lot about wrestling. They're kind of selling me on the possibility that he's there. I don't think he will be, but they're selling.
I think he'll show up. I don't know. I mean, the thing with that though is you're gonna do the same finish to basically 3 straight pay-per-views where they had Cena come out and they had Brock come out, and they're gonna have Rock come out, whatever.
Yeah, but that's Cena, Brock, and Rock. I get it's the same finish, but it's kind of worth doing.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I went crazy for Cena coming out and for Brock coming out. Obviously, I was fired up, but
how fired up are you going to be after Roman wins and him and the Usos after the Usos win there and they put the ones up? Joseph, put the one up or the ones. They put the ones up. Get it on the screen. Put the ones up. Then it goes, if you smell. How much are you going to pop, O'Neal?
I mean, I enjoy seeing The Rock. I wish he wasn't, a coward and he would do the Hollywood gimmick instead of just coming back and playing the hits. But
yeah, because when he comes out, people want him to be a heel. That's what he should do.
He should be. That's how I'd book it.
He should come out and be a heel in the promotion without any baby faces. Good one, Bob. Listen, I'm agreeing with you. In a fair and just world, that's what he would do. But you're crazy if you think anyone wants to see him do anything for the hits. The crowds want to see him do the hits, bro. Yeah. You don't because you're a bootlicker.
Because I liked it, but
Nah, they want him to call Roman a pussy fart or whatever, and it'll be good stuff.
I have long fingers, apparently.
Do you?
You do.
Apparently.
Wow. That wasn't nice.
It wasn't anyone in particular. I just remembered that I had my fingers up. It was... So here's the thing about Survivor Series. It is the battle for brand supremacy.
It's true.
It is the only time of the year in which Raw and SmackDown collide.
Technically true, yes.
It is also the event that once allowed NXT to win like a week of the Wednesday Night War.
True. I was at that one.
Yeah. It is the event that hosted the greatest win of young Roderick Strong's career as he toppled inferior wrestlers AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura in 2019.
Yes, I was at that.
Is that your favorite match of the year, Joseph?
That match honestly isn't very good. I've pretended it's good many times and rewatched it and not liked it. It's not very good.
When you rewatch it, do you pay attention to me on screen?
No, I didn't know you was there, to be honest.
That whole show.
Is that the show with Brock and Ray?
Yeah.
That was great. He should have won, you know. He should have just won.
That was like a good show, right?
Yeah. I mean, the main event was bad, but yeah,
dude,
it was good.
Do you remember when they did a Survivor Series and the big angle coming out of it was Braun Strowman versus Triple H?
Yes.
Yes.
And they just never followed up on it? God bless. The greatest professional wrestling promotion in the world.
I actually thought Ray was going to win that match after the Frog Splash. And
he should have.
They sold it.
They could have just done it for a month or whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
Factual. All right, let's do some questions here about professional wrestling.
I guess.
Dynamite ranked third in the demo, behind 2 NBA games on ESPN.
What games were on ESPN last night?
I think Lakers Bucks was probably the late game.
Oh yeah, that was definitely. But that was the early game. It was in Milwaukee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was the early game. Suns Mavericks.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay, we head now to Twitter. What AEW's picture will look like with Kenneth out for the foreseeable future. Also, Kingston going to hurt 2.0. Kingston and Daniel Garcia is interesting. The fact they haven't booked for Rampage makes me think they're going to give that a couple of weeks rather than doing the traditional Daniel Garcia build of 2 days before he loses.
I also think Kingston can say shoulders are good and everything. I think he needs a week or 2 off.
So it's funny you say that.
Okay.
I'm the only one that I'll go a step further than needs a week or 2 off. I borderline just don't believe Eddie because he's a professional wrestler. And I'm not look, you guys know that this is the thing I want least in the world. It wouldn't surprise me if King had his own hiatus ahead of him here because I'll be very real with you. I've been watching that dude wrestle for a very long time. He's had problems with shoulders for a very, very long time. And the idea that he had some form of scan and they didn't fucking sit him down immediately for surgery is very hard for me to believe, to be honest. I don't know the situation. I'm just saying that it will be awful interesting if their way of writing Eddie off TV was a Daniel Garcia, who would get a lot from that. I hope that's not the case. I hope Eddie beats him and stays on TV forever. I'm just saying that, when I read the tweet, Jeremy, you've tackled many wrestler I'm actually fine tweets.
Yeah.
I was like, brother, if they checked on that dude's shoulders, I'd imagine the results weren't very positive because he's had problems for years. So I hope he's good, though. I mean, he's the greatest. It was something that crossed my mind, I've got to be honest.
I don't think I think them not booking that match immediately.
Yeah.
That's sort of what tipped me off to it.
Yes.
I do think he's banged up, just like a lot of wrestlers are banged up and everything. And he says he's fine. So, of course, it's like, okay, sure, he's fine. But yeah, if he was fine, they would have just been like, yeah, Eddie and Garcia next week on Dynamite or next week on Rampage or this week on Rampage. Yep. The fact that they didn't do it, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, he's not. See, somebody mentioned Miro. Dan J mentioned Miro. We talked about that on the review show. I'm pretty sure Miro was supposed to get that time off after losing the title, and he didn't because Moxley and Miro made the most sense on that. You wrestle Orange, that's an easy match. You wrestle Brian, that's obviously a physical match. He got through it, but his leg was heavily taped, and they didn't target that leg once. And so there's clearly something that Miro needed time off too. And I think he's going to be away for a little bit as well.
Bob, do you need time off for your knees?
No, I'm good. I just do the show sitting in a chair. So
I took a shot at you at the end of the show, Neil. I don't know if you heard it. I don't want to run from it.
I did. It's fine. I mean, I'm also not probably ever going to go through and look for action figures anyway. So
wow. So you just told Jack, like, you know what? If I go and I find one, I'll send it to you. And now you're just like, I'm probably never going to do that.
I mean, maybe I'll go. I do want to get a Hangman Adam Page at some point. So
I've already got that, Bob.
You have that one, Joseph?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. My revival figures have arrived. Also, I'd like everyone to know.
Are they the good ones?
The good ones, yeah.
Okay.
The ones that I spent too much money on.
Hell yeah.
See, I can't spend money on that stuff, man.
Coward. How about?
Yeah, that's fine.
Mark says, "How about AEW does the Survivor Series, fantasy booking, but just strictly the elimination matches? For example, imagine a scenario where Darby, Sammy, and Jungle Boy are on the same team, and they do a fourth guy to fill out the team and have no choice but to pick MJF. That would be pretty barren in that case. There's about 130 wrestlers on the roster, but I like the idea. I like the question very, very much. Okay, dream Survivor Series match in the All Elite Fleet. What does that look like? Oh my God. It feels like one of the teams has to be like the Elite. It feels like they'll be figured in somewhere or another. Or you could do Pinnacle.
Yeah.
Pinnacle. So that's 5. Pinnacle would give you, obviously, FTR. The Pinnacle isn't even a thing anymore, though, if we're being honest.
No, not really.
That's like a story they're telling on TV as well. Like, FTR are 100% being pulled away. So this is what we'll do. This ban factions.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't want to do factions because they got factions. You could easily just do factions. I'm looking at like I'm actually going all-star teams with this. Like, that's what I'm looking at.
Controversial. All right. So who's our captains? Bob, give me a captain who you think should be one.
CM Punk.
Jeremy?
Omega.
I was going to say Danielson.
See, I'm
but I feel like
Danielson on the same
team. Exactly. I feel like it makes more sense to make him the supporting.
That's why I said Omega.
Oh my God, owned. All right. So who's the second member of Team Kenneth?
I got second and third. Like I'm sticking with the Bucks. Like I think you got to put the Bucks on that team.
Third and fourth, Bob. You got Punk and Brian.
Yeah. I guess you go Hangman with one of them, and then unless you put Mox and Kingston there, because they're like a tag team.
Difficult with old Phil though, right? Phil does,
Yeah, that's the thing.
Kick this around for a minute. Team Moxley would probably be, because he's easy to do because we kind of know that he has like 3 friends on the show, right? Yeah. Team Moxley would be him, Kingston, Darby, Sting, and does he have another friend? On the whole show, does he have another friend? Because as he's Sting, when he was champ, remember the whole thing was he was like on his own. So was Darby.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's 4. Unless you put, Code Man is looming here. Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting.
They have so many good, just like
almost too many to do the conversation, right? It's almost
like I feel bad because you're gonna leave off so many good people. Like you'd have to do like old school Survivor Series where you just do 5 Survivor Series matches up and down the card, and that's how you book.
This isn't what the question was, but I have to say they'll never do it because I understand why. Can you imagine how over an AEW Royal Rumble would get? Like the amount of entrances that would get a pop in that match would be outrageous, wouldn't it? You know?
Oh, yeah.
You could tell such great stories with that. I mean, obviously that you can't do it because you just get owned, but Pillman Jr. Yeah, all right. Okay, we'll leave it at 4. Jungle Boy you could do, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob, was you surprised last night when Bobby Fish said that he wasn't a fan of dinosaurs?
I was, because, he was around when the dinosaurs were around, so,
Factual.
You'd think he'd be into it.
Have you heard who's on the AEW Unrestricted this week, Bob?
I have not.
Ruby Soho. Your thoughts on the allegation that her destination is unknown?
Well, it's like destination unknown. Hardly. Her destination is clearly, well, last night it was Virginia. Next week it'll be Hoffman Estates. Yes, I almost forgot where it was. It's in Hoffman Estates.
No, you fucked it up still.
What?
You fucked it up.
The destination is the Unrestricted podcast.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I give you that information.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Come on, O'Neal.
Cody, look at this one. This is good shit. Here we go. Cody, Billy Gunn, Paul White, and QT and Jericho versus Archer, Miro, Wardlow, Hobbs, and Luchasaurus. Did you guys see that Paul forgot his angle on Elevation?
Yeah.
I tweeted the video. Did you see this? So the Gun Club come out and they get in Paul's face and he's like really angry about it. And they said to him, "We're undefeated." And Mark Henry goes, "They said they're undefeated. I don't believe that." And as he says it flashes up 19-0, the Gun Club, which is incredible. He gets to the ring. They get to the ring. They do their match. And after it, they show the replay of the Famous Ring. Paul White is just like, happy to see these guys doing so well. Love all three of them to death. And they didn't edit it out. I was like, wait, what? They just forgot that they're in a feud?
Yeah. Is he going to wrestle again? You think?
But Jeremy Lambert, Elevation gets good again next week. Because Mark Henry is not going to ruin the commentary. No. Mute your laptop if you don't want a spoiler. Not a spoiler at all. Eddie Kingston's back on commentary next week, baby.
Oh,
we're back. We're back in here. You can shout over Shivani and Paul for another hour. Anyway, good question. I'm sorry we couldn't answer it. I'll send it to a good podcast. They'll have you covered. I mean, like that. What else we got here? The Fiendess and your victory. I've already done that, but that was true. Women's division turning the corner is an interesting one. I like the match last night a lot. I think they have real chemistry. Nyla and Sheed, I think they always have. Nyla is one of those ones where when she's on, she adds so much to the division.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't always the case. She's a little bit inconsistent. But when she's on, my God. So I like the match a lot. I think the Serena stuff's been good. I hope they get a good time for their blow off. I hope it's treated with kind of a level of special and all that good stuff. I would really like Britt's next feud to be interesting, guys.
That would be good.
That's the only thing,
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me. What do you guys think about the AEW Women's Division?
I mean, I think the tournament's been good. I thought the tournament that they did in the spring was good too. I understand, people wanting more than one women's match on TV, but it also has to make sense. You can't just do it just to do it because then you run into the problem there. So it's like, it's a fine line. I think they should get built up more, but I think the women also get a lot of time, on Dark in particular. And there's a lot of good stuff there too. So I kind of fall somewhere in the middle here.
Oh my God. Jeremy, any thoughts? Do you also fall in the middle?
I think that Britt Baker just needs to do some segments and stuff. She did once again another backstage last night where it's I support Jamie Hayter. It's all right, cool. Now the division, the world title has taken a backseat to the TBS title tournament and everything going on.
Yes.
There. It's you guys got to figure out how you can book both strong at the same time because this one taking precedent over the other ain't working.
Factual. Jeremy asks, who is our this is for Bob. Who is your TBA for the Survivor Series teams? He has Von Wagner and Tony Storm.
For the SmackDown women's team, I'll go with Naomi. And for the SmackDown men's team, like I said, it kind of feels like it should be one of Sheamus or Cesaro. I know Von Wagner came up. It would just kind of be a weird place to just put him in, but I guess they could. But yeah, I'll say Sheamus or Cesaro.
Okay. Rob asks, who would you like to see Hangman feud with after Danielson? Let's exclude MJF. Okay. So probably, if we're being honest, the Revolution program is basically what we're looking at here. Who do we think for Hangman?
Who'd you book? for that, Joseph?
I don't know. It's really difficult. I would be kind of tempted to do a babyface match because I think that's where the stronger contenders are.
Yeah.
But I would equally just say you just continue the super click thing and have Adam Cole Bebe do it.
Yeah, I think
I think Cole makes a good amount of sense.
Because they kind of teased it, and like, if you do it Revolution, you take enough time away from the Bucks stuff before going back to it, you know?
Yeah.
I think that could work. I think I honestly think Punk will be Double or Nothing. I think Punk's going to be dealing with MJF for the next couple months.
Yeah.
But we'll see. It's going to be interesting. Anything on that, Bob? Sorry, I don't know if I threw it to you, my bad.
No, I think Adam Cole is the pick for Revolution. Yeah, I think Punk for Double or Nothing. There aren't like a ton of guys that really make sense in terms of like a top heel in a program like that, because especially if we're excluding MJF, because he seems like he's be tied up with some other stuff.
It could be Pac, who got the one up on Hangman quite a bit from Oracle in the first year of AEW. And Pac is someone that we've talked about a lot on the green and debated his ceiling. They absolutely see Pac as a top guy. He got the fall again on the weekend, so Pac could definitely be something they go back to. I think that would work better as a primetime special than a pay-per-view personally, but something to look for. Okay. Kirby asks about War Games. One of the last Fed soldiers left.
I have no idea who's in this War Games match.
Bob?
I think they announced a couple people. It feels like they're doing like the NXT like originals against this new crop.
Have they announced the men's side? I know Toxic Attraction is in the women's side.
Yeah, it's Toxic Attraction and Dakota on the women's side, and then Raquel and Cora Jade and Io Shirai on the other side. The men's, if I had to guess, it'll probably be like Ciampa, Carmelo Hayes on the other side, probably Braun Breaker on the other side, Gargano on the Ciampa side, maybe Kyle O'Reilly one more time, and then one other guy. Because that's what it seems like they're going for, is like this old school versus new school thing, which I don't know how that's going to go, but
yeah.
I
think some of the questions in the chat, I think MJF and Punk will wrestle on that first special or on the first episode on TBS. It's not that long away. MJF can easily do it. You can do a Spears match along the way. You can do the Wardlow match along the way. You probably do a promo segment where Punk tells Wardlow he doesn't need to be hanging around with this dipshit anymore. He can make it on his own. All that kind of stuff. There's a lot of TV you can do along the way. What's Jericho's next feud? Which wrestler who has some momentum needs halted? Oh my goodness, I don't know.
I really don't know.
No,
what they're doing with Jericho.
How do you debut Kyle O'Reilly? You have Billy Gunn beat him.
There it is. I'm excited for the Billy Gunn match, man. It's gonna be great.
Good for you.
I am looking forward to because I like the little segment with the elite last night.
The elite.
Yeah, those guys. I like that segment last night.
Bobby Fish.
I mean, the Bobby Fish shit was obviously great. He wore a shirt that just said King. Fucking
factual. Absolutely factual.
Fucking tremendous. But no, the opening segment where Omega's like, I haven't watched the match back. So like he hasn't seen the nod from the Bucks to Hangman. And then, he's saying like, I need you guys to hold down the fort. Cole with the Twitter pop of cleaner, I got this. Good shit. And then him being like, no, like I was talking to these guys. Like it's good stuff in there.
That's where they'll be eventually. They'll go to that. When Kenny's back, he'll be a babyface.
Yeah.
And
he'll work Cole. And it'll be good stuff. The only question is which side will the Bucks be on? By then, Cole may have the O'Reilly and the Bob to be with him. He may have a certain Canadian man. Yes. Yep. So there's a lot going on there. What else have we got? I actually have a big topic after this. Where would you like to see this Dante Martin story go in the end? Probably with Roderick Strong wrestling him for about 25 minutes on TV. No, it's a good question. Like, I think Leo was pretty clearly presented as a heel initially. Then Tony Khan saw him wrestle and said, actually, he's a babyface. So Taz is now going to be a dick and basically do what Leo seemingly was doing beforehand, which is kind of unconventional. But, like, I think obviously you do these matches with Team Taz, but it's a great question because I don't really know. I don't really know what the end game is now that Leo's a babyface. Before it seemed obvious that Top Flight would come back together and, you would do the big match. But I'll be honest with you, man, as long as I get them two versus the Lucha Bros at some point, I'm cool because that shit sounds outrageous. Can you imagine?
The Leo thing just like switching to a babyface. Because I like the leverage by Leo. Like I thought that was something different, something interesting that they could have gone somewhere with, and then just like, no, he's a babyface now because Dante Martin is such a babyface. But I like the Leo.
I told you, man. I predicted this.
Coach of just like being that coach and like kind of almost trying to corrupt him. I like that story.
Yeah, I predicted all of this on many shows. The biggest challenge of Leo Rush is that he is a great heel character, but he is an incredible babyface wrestler.
Yeah.
And it's a thing that people have run into booking him for the longest. It's a good problem to have because he's great at both things. But like on 205 Live, it would be a deal where he would be this really great, cocky, arrogant, antagonist. And then he would wrestle and just be electric and crowds would react to him accordingly. It's a challenge. And if he wrestles how he's going to wrestle in AEW so far, he's going to get cheered. So, I don't know. It's something for them to figure out, though. So it's a very good question. I don't know. Bob, what do you think?
I mean, you could just maybe do Leo just joins up with Darius and Dante, and then they face Team Taz and Six Leg. If you do want to use Hook there,
how
you do
far
six
away is Darius from coming back?
A while away.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's got to play. It's going to take a while. But and like I said, if you want to debut Hook and you want to do it in a 6-man tag, that's not a bad place to do it.
Actual. Who should be the last and final ROH champion at Final Battle? Absolutely, Jonathan Gresham.
Bray Wyatt. Imagine if that's the final ROH champion, Joseph. Come on.
Does Bryan Danielson stay heel after his match with Hangman? I don't think so. I think he just shakes his hand and everyone goes back to.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's still a while away with Darius. I read that he'd said someone like he hasn't got any timeline or anything. It's not ideal.
I think Dante said he didn't have a timeline for Darius yet.
I saw there was some media talk about it. I didn't see the actual thing itself.
Yeah, Dante said it.
So this is the other thing is Matt Sydal got objectively kind of fucked by Leo. Like, so it's kind of difficult. What else have we got here? I think we've covered just about everything. Just about. I probably missed some stuff, but right, guys. Seriously, okay. You know that subject we got into at the end of the Distraction podcast on Fightful.com? Like, why does it feel different? Like, why is wrestling's weird kind of existence between entertainment and sports entertainment, pal? Why does it make some of these matters so kind of weird for me personally? Because Jack's right, this stuff happens in all forms of entertainment. Mm-hmm. And obviously wrestling affects me most because it's the one I cover. I'm not dumb, I get that. But there is something particularly striking, I think, about wrestling's the fact that it doesn't fully exist in either of those categories and it kind of lives on its own in the middle. Bob, you're someone that I genuinely think is very insightful on this front. What do you think about this whole subject?
Well, I mean, like, it kind of is different from sports because just kind of facing facts, sports, if you ask a question, they're not going to revoke your access or whatever. And it just, and I'm not saying it's justification to not ask the questions, but there is that threat. And then, people are struggling to get content and all that. So it is different. And yeah, I mean, I don't love the media scrums in the first place. I don't love the conference calls. I don't know that they really add too much. A lot of it's just promotion for the most part. Right. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, man, because you bring up an interesting point where, like, we don't really handle it like we handle, real sports, quote unquote. And it's interesting how it does kind of exist on its own. And then, they do try and push it more towards real sports when it's convenient, but then they don't when it doesn't suit them. So yeah, it's a weird gray area.
It is. It's a strange beast for sure. I think everything you said, absolutely. But like, why is it that as a consumer, it's such a kind of like for me personally? Someone mentioned this in our chat. That match last night was very good, but my enjoyment of it was 100% limited by the circumstances surrounding. Why? Is that unfair of me? Is that naive on my part? What do you think?
I mean, that's your that's like how you're feeling, Joseph. I don't think we should be the ones to tell you, yes, you're being naive, enjoy the match. Like that's not our position to like tell you this.
Okay, so here's a question. How much does stuff separate from the art affect the art you choose to consume? So, Jeremy, for example, the artists in music that you most listen to, some of which you plug very regularly on Twitter.
Yes.
Is your kind of support of that act not enhanced by the fact that you have some form of confidence that while they may not be a perfect person, they don't have these kind of looming like, holy shit, that makes me feel uncomfortable to consume this stuff? And on the other side of it, are there not some acts that you've kind of veered away from as you've learned more of their real personality?
Well, I don't think Taylor Swift has done anything wrong in her life.
Factual, okay. That was a lot.
I mean, when it comes to Eminem, it's like, yes, he was a bad person, difficult person, whatever. Way back when, and did some. Has he been like? I know some of the stuff he's been accused of, but
I wasn't actually referring to. I didn't mean that. I just.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what he isn't. I was just talking generally. Like me personally, and this is me personally. I legitimately I think there's something to separating art from artists, but like I don't really try to do that because I'd rather just consume art from people that while I don't know them, at the time of which I'm consuming it, like I don't have the belief that they're like a complete piece of shit, you know?
Right. Well, see, like Joseph, we both listen to Dr. Dre, and he ain't.
Well, talk for yourself, pal.
Okay. Do you not listen to Dre? I thought you listened to Dre. My bad. Sorry.
No, that's fine. No, we talked about this a little bit off, didn't we? We have blind spots. I'm honest. When I'm talking on this, genuinely, I am not trying to come across like I know the answers because I legitimately don't have any idea the best way to handle it. So, like, feel free to talk it out. Like, I don't know.
I can separate art from artist in some instances. Again, a lot of it depends on like how bad it is. When it comes to when it does come to Eminem, from everything I know, he did horrible. I don't even say he did horrible things. It didn't seem like on the whole they were too horrible. He's definitely changed his life around and everything. A lot of that, like he brought it into his art. Like that was the Slim Shady persona, right? Yeah. Like he brought that into his art. And he famously raps about you can separate this stuff, like the music from the person. Somebody mentions in the chat Deshaun Watson. And Deshaun Watson seemed like he's a complete piece of shit. The Panthers, Joseph, I know you're not up on the American football, but O'Neill, you know the subject. The Panthers were heavily engaged in Deshaun Watson talks. I didn't want him. Like I did not want him on my team. What's the like full allegations, O'Neill? It's like accused of like sexually assaulting like multiple
20 women, plus, right?
Yeah. Like it's really bad with this guy. And like there was talks of the Panthers trading for him. That I did not want him. If he was my quarterback and he played the games and everything, would I have still supported the team and been excited for wins? I would like to say that there would definitely be a cloud of everything, but would I like outright boycott games and everything? I don't know if like I would do that. Like, I don't know if I could just outright be like, oh yeah, fuck this team. I'm just not going to do it because of this guy. I would like to think that given the allegations against him and how major they were, I would totally be like, yeah, you know what, fuck this guy. Like we don't need him on our team.
Yeah.
And it's worth saying before you go, because I'm sorry, I should have proposed you earlier, but someone mentioned earlier, and I kind of referred to it on the show, like sports is kind of a weird beast because while you may enjoy the sport itself and watching it, generally your sports engagement is built on rooting for a team.
Yeah.
So it is it's a different thing, I guess is what I'm saying. But what was you going to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, it just, I don't know, because it, like the thing with wrestling, like, you can not watch or not support some people because there's so many others you can, but with sports, you generally have the one team, right? So
yeah, exactly. And that's the one thing I will say is so I'm doing this match of the year thing right now, and I can't tell you guys how easy it is to just not include people that have certain allegations against their name. There's a lot of great wrestling out there. I can just simply move something else up the list. And when I say that, I'm not saying that everyone should do that, because frankly, if they did, it wouldn't really be a fair representation of the year, would it? It dawned on me doing that just how easy it is to there is a lot of options, as you said. And it's the same with people releasing albums. If you think guys are a piece of shit, it's not like you're going to be short on shit to listen to,
I think a lot of it, at least for me, comes down to what they did and how much remorse and regret they have expressed. When it comes to somebody like Jay Lethal, obviously I don't agree with what he did. It doesn't seem like he's handled, as far as the fallout of it, and handled that very well. It doesn't seem like he's been held accountable with it at all.
See, we're getting into dangerous territory here, but let's just be honest about it. Speaking out happened, and professional wrestling basically had the take of, did you do this? And if you said yes, you were very sorry, you were going to be fired. And if you said no, you were probably going to stick around. I don't need to name names. We all know who I'm talking about. There are guys that are on TV because they basically just said no, and they investigated, whatever that means. Maybe they did investigate, maybe they didn't. I don't know, it's not my place to say. There were some names that said, yes, I did that thing. And we're immediately, Akash, this is very much not the time for your bit. We're talking about very, very serious things right now, but I appreciate it. I'll talk to you after. But there are some people that just said, yeah, I did it, and immediately got let go. And I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying that doesn't really help the situation, because then you kind of have a situation where, if someone doesn't have show any remorse publicly, it's because they haven't even accepted they did anything, which maybe they didn't. I don't know, but they were basically allowed to just stick around with that in mind. So it's really difficult. I don't know. I can only speak for myself. I personally have a kind of my own line, and I'm sure everyone in the chat has theirs. There are some people that have none at all, and there's nothing wrong with that. I have pals that watch Benoit matches regularly. It's not me, but I'm not going to say they're worse for that. They consume it differently. I don't know. It's a really difficult. It's a really difficult topic to tackle because no one has a right answer. It's something that really struck me last night, I have to be honest.
And I think that's the thing, Joseph, is, you're asking us for answers. Am I wrong for thinking of this, or how should I feel about this? I don't think there is a right or wrong. There's a wrong answer if you do, support certain things. But as far as consuming, me personally, when it comes to Benoit, do I seek out a Chris Benoit match? No. If it's part of a show, and I'm watching the full show, will I watch it? Yeah. Especially if I'm reviewing it or something like that. If people just enjoy Chris Benoit matches and I'm like, oh man, I got to watch this match. Do I hold that against them? Be like, oh, well, you're a piece of shit. No, you don't watch any of these matches. No, that's, if they find enjoyment in a Chris Benoit match, then that's their prerogative. I don't think that makes them a worse human being or anything.
Yeah, and I think, what Shoot said is very important, which is there's a big difference between you enjoying stuff and doing what you want to do with your time and logging on and telling people
exactly. That's the point, right? If you are going to support these people still, you do need to be aware that some people aren't gonna, and you shouldn't go out of your way to, argue with them. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know what the I don't know what the best way of kind of wrapping the conversation out is. I'm glad we had it here just briefly, but I was thinking about it a lot because here's the thing too: is people are very, very complicated, and some of my favorite professional wrestlers have definitely done some like dumb shit. Some shit that was wrong within friendships and all that stuff, man. Like we all do that. Like I've fucked up and stuff. Bob has, but there's like a big difference between that and what we're talking about here. So I guess I say that to say this is not me coming on here and being like, well, guys, the only people I support are professional wrestlers that are fucking awesome guys. Like I don't know these people, man. Like they may not be good guys at all. But that's very different to these kind of allegations and what comes with them and all that stuff. Because we are, if you ask 20 people in wrestling media what they think of me, 5 of them may say I'm an asshole. We're complicated in that sense. But there's a difference between that and like this stuff is what I'm trying to get at.
Mm.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess we should probably move on. If one thing we can all agree on is Bob definitely fucked up at one point. Bob's he was a big time heel on Twitter before.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and we've talked about that. I've personally have tried to do a lot to, atone for that. And if people, don't accept the apology or whatever, I can't do anything about that.
Mm-hmm.
They're right.
Yeah. Very fair. Do we have anything like lighter to talk about? Or should we just keep talking about how much we... Well, I don't know. It's been a tiring week, guys.
Mm-hmm.
We're not the real victims here. I want to stress that again. I've said that before, and I'll say it again. How it affects us is relevant, but like it's been a lot. It really has been a lot. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's been pretty difficult, but there you go. The Painmaker, Bob. Is that what we're going to call that part of your life, Bob?
Yeah, there we go.
Hardy Family Office was incredible last night. The way that Matt came out on the stage, they all popped for him, and he kind of did that like you can't describe it because it wasn't really like a strut because his knees. But it was pretty impressive. I like the match. Butcher and the Blade are Bob's favorite team.
They are. I love them.
Yeah. Sean Spears is very good also. The chat's kind of fueling us now with stuff that pops us.
Sean Spears is great. Like in his role, he's very good.
Yeah, he's very good.
Like I think Shoot started supporting him as a bit, and then it kind of grew into like a real thing. And
yeah, somewhere along the way, as the chairman, it became like actually good.
Yeah,
I don't know when necessarily, but it did happen definitely. Now, I have a big question. Everyone's been waiting for this. Bob.
Yep.
Have you watched Halloween Kills yet?
I have not yet. Yeah, I was gonna, and then you told me I got to watch some of the other movies first, so it became kind of a whole thing.
Fair. Have you guys seen this Steve Carino match that he had with his son Colby?
No, I saw you talking about it though.
Yeah, I was gonna watch it when you posted it, and I never got around to it yesterday. But
okay, look, it's a long match. Watch like the pre-match like video package thing. Because a lot of people reached out to me, and some were probably in the chat. A lot of people reached out to me and was like, this is something you'll really enjoy it. It's incredible, man. Steve Carino, like, he looks better than he did for the last 5 years of his career in ring. And he's got like this big beard, like it's like the classic old gunslinger deal, like he looks all kind of rugged and he's just trying to prove a point to his son. It's awesome. Incredible match. Strongly recommend it. It's free on the YouTubes. Chris has informed me that Machine Gun Carl Anderson is a guest host on the 2022 Jericho Cruise.
Yes, he is.
Good for Machine Gun.
Him and Gallows.
Good for them guys, man.
Tremendous.
We going on the Jericho Cruise?
I think we should. O'Neal, you want to go? Me and you?
Yeah, why not? I've never been on a cruise. It seems like it'd be fun.
Neither have I.
No.
Let's just go.
My God, imagine Bob getting Machine.
O'Neal, are you I heard you were like making a trip through the towns. Are you going on tour early next year?
Going from St. Louis to Toronto to Nashville, back to St. Louis. Going up through Michigan, coming back through New York and Pennsylvania and Ohio. If you're in one of those cities, hit me up.
What part of Ohio?
I really figured that out. I think Columbus.
Okay. Yeah. Let me know when you're in Columbus and we'll hang out.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. I'm so confused. Why is the Jericho cruise only like 3 months away?
Oh, because he wanted to get back on a spring schedule. Because they had to do it for fall this year because of the pandemic and everything. And he wanted to get back on like,
oh, God bless. How
I listened to him. He did his podcast this week was just him talking about his cruise. So,
yeah. Well, he's cold like December snow. He carved out this soul made of stone.
Is that how the lyric goes? I legit don't know.
That was good.
I sang it, and I don't even. Thank you.
I enjoyed that.
Thanks.
It was good, actually. I liked it a lot. It popped me tremendously when I saw her singing that song. I was like, that feels like saying wasn't the intention. I'm gonna be honest. So everyone knows now that I'm a big Sour Boy fan. You know, Jeremy, have you heard about this?
Yeah, I heard
about it. Did you see that I tweeted a clip?
No, did you?
Yeah. I wonder if you could you insert that in the StreamYard?
Yeah, I can download the clip. I can download the clip.
Okay.
Let me go to your Twitter and download it.
If that's what we can do, then we're going to spend the last half hour of this show just playing that on loop, picking out different nuances to it. It's about 5 seconds long. So that's something to look forward to, guys. You hold on there. We'll be saving the UK tour for when we get SummerSlam. Imagine.
I was going to go to the UK last year, and then the baseball game got canceled, and international travel got canceled, and came a whole thing.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine you and I. Imagine how much Twitter would enjoy a picture of you and I grinning, you know? Nice Pepsi Max in each hand.
O'Neal.
Yep.
Yes.
I have beef with you.
Oh, no. Not you two. Bob O'Neal's going to address his enemies.
Yes, this is what I have beef over. Is this circle thing real?
I don't know how that's like calculated.
How am I on the outer thing? How many fucking people do you talk to?
I mean, you don't reply to me a lot. Joseph will just every time I tweet something, call me a bootlicker.
I found the Sour Boy thing.
In absolute fairness, Bob has tweeted 400,000 times.
Yeah, that's part of it too.
I did not realize. I mean, I guess I should have known like how many people you talk to, but I was like searching for my picture, and I was like, I shared the same space as Sean Ross Sapp, who hated you to start the year.
Okay, hang on, because this isn't getting enough of a pot on my part. So I tweeted this picture of Bob's like the most interactions he has, all these people, and I tweeted that alongside the Eddie Kingston addresses his enemies thing, and it was God. I
didn't even see that.
Yeah, it was great. That's where I saw
magical.
It. So Tony Storm is on Survivor Series in case anybody.
There you go. Someone in the chat. Someone in the chat got that right.
That's good.
Isn't she working Charlotte soon?
Yeah,
heating her
they're
up.
kind of setting that up.
Hope she gets over, man. Like we've talked about her a lot on these shows. And she's always one that you just like, you feel like she could be a top star, you know?
Yeah, she's very good. She saved that Charlotte segment the other day.
Yeah, the promo part is particularly, like she's got better at that, which is a big thing. So it'll be interesting. Mm-hmm.
Big thing because they refuse to have managers.
Exactly. Everyone has to talk live in the arena. Okay. Who is Bob's greatest enemy, Bob?
I don't have too many enemies anymore.
All right, let's go.
Oh boy.
No.
So we got a real big problem. Somebody keeps fucking me here.
Here again.
All right, let's go.
Oh boy. So we got a real big problem. Somebody keeps fucking me here.
Somebody keeps fucking me here is
Yeah.
incredible. He then claims it's Knox, which is even better. Just extraordinary stuff. Gotta love it. Bob, when do you think the Machine Gun Carl Anderson's going to come on the late night grid?
Hopefully soon. He was going to come to the zoo with us, and then they moved Full Gear, so...
Oh, God bless, man. Imagine Machine Gun coming on a StreamYard after Rampage at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 4 dipshits sitting there. Anyway, what did you think of this Red Velvet match, Cole?
I don't think I have shared the story that I heard someone tell me about when they ran into him in Vegas and he was not doing well. I don't know if I should share that, to be honest with you, but...
Well, I think everyone can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a great Machine Gun tweet from Las Vegas where he just goes, who you got, Cole? Poirier McGregor, who gives a fuck? Go and get a family or something like that.
Yeah.
Which appeared to be a tweet coming from a place of resentment that Cole's been asked who he thought was going to win the fight while he was in Las Vegas on the biggest fight week of the year. So.
Yeah, I'm not...
Let's go.
Oh,
No.
So we got a real we got a real big problem. Somebody keeps fucking me here.
Oh, it's great stuff.
Did either of them work anywhere in Vegas? Because they were both out there. Because I heard stories about both of them from different people.
Oh no,
they're just out there.
They just do signings because they can't work. They can't work any dates that aren't Impact cleared. So their deal is you can work signings and stuff, but in ring it has to be either taped by Impact Plus or approved by Uncle Scott. So, I would assume they just sign small autographs, is what I would guess.
That's nice.
I agree. Do you want me to get you an autograph from the Good Brothers, Bob?
Yeah.
I think they're going to be a WrestleCade. I'll see them next weekend.
Oh, God bless. How angry do you think Machine Gun gets when people walk up and go, can you do Sour Boy? You know for a fact he hates that, right? Just despises it.
What do you want me to ask the Machine Gun Carl Anderson, O'Neill?
I like Carl Anderson, so you should ask him to appear on the Late Night Grin.
That's it. No follow-up information. You say, man, you should go on Late Night Grin.
Can we send you one of our business cards? You can give it to him.
Do you guys have business cards?
No, we should.
Pass them out to people. Can you ask me to rank his 5 favorite Joe Hulbert articles on Fightful.com, please?
I will. I'll ask him that.
Thanks, pal. Appreciate it. Ask him to say fuck Bob O'Neill. He would do that, definitely. In a heartbeat, he would do that. He blocked.
I legitimately thought about getting certain people to say fuck Bob O'Neill.
Okay, who are we talking about here,
though? Good Brothers were definitely one of them. Matt Hardy was one of them.
Oh, he's glorious. This would cost you $200 by the end of it. You get so much brothers going around trying to get their money, you know?
Yeah. I'm going to interview everybody about Sting. That's going to be my gimmick at WrestleCade. Just be like, hey, tell me about Sting. I'm going to do a big feature on Sting. It's going to roll.
Sting's cool.
That's cool. Yeah, that's good stuff. Cole Anderson got in lots of trouble, Andrew, because he logged on when he shouldn't have, frankly. Big error, big mistake.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's best to log off. I would recommend when random Stan accounts begin to call you a piece of shit, I'd recommend not quote tweeting it with actually fuck you. I think it's probably best to just log off at that point. But, we'll make choices in life. Get Matt Hardy to do the sniff and say fuck Bob O'Neill. It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense. He does the sniff as a setup for that smells like big money to me. Him just doing it and saying fuck Bob O'Neill.
What if he goes, smells like a piece of shit to me. Fuck Bob O'Neill.
I like that. I do like that, yeah. As long as I don't want to make it seem like he has odor or something. That seems bad. Piece of shit, that's good stuff. Good play on words there, Jeremy. Very good. Anyway, have you guys heard about my TW save?
Yeah.
Yeah.
MLW's at cult level now. They do 1 million views every week. Not sure how that works or why that's the case, but they do.
Can you Can you tell your TW story again tonight on the show in case I'm not there at the start? Because I might not be. You save that for everyone.
What TW story?
The one you told yesterday about how you got this whole world built and you're saving Ring of Honor.
He just needs you to fill time.
Yeah, just fill time before I get there.
Oh, no, I can talk about other stuff. Like, I can talk about all sorts of stuff behind the paywall.
If there and I'm there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Just talk about, like, Silk Sonic, an evening with Silk Sonic.
I listened to that.
Oh, fuck, man.
It's really good.
It is. Do you see Fantano give it a 7? God bless, man. Bless that guy.
I don't look at like reviews and stuff.
He listened to all 3 singles and loved all 3 of them. And everyone in the comments was like, looking forward to this 7. And I was thinking, he likes 3 of the 8 songs. I clicked on that video and immediately it's got 10,000 dislikes. And I was like, oh no. He gave it a 7. God bless, man. I love that stuff. Pop Sync Trend. That's if I had a wrestling website, like a big one, the day after Full Gear, I'd have had a review up of, like, someone would have reviewed a match for me that was very popular and given it like 2.5 and just leave it up there, if I let the place burn. Fuck it. I want to do shorts with Oracle, just reviewing favorite wrestling matches and then burying the shit out of them. Exactly. Imagine, like, my favorite match is, like, insert Kurt Angle match from mid-2000s, and Oracle's like, I give it, around 1.5. I like the German suplexes, but, no selling, just buries it. Just absolutely buries it. Yeah, Evening with Silk Sonic was beautiful. I want to listen to it after, like, an edible or something. Probably really good. God. Yeah. My God. Wow. I don't do drugs anymore, but if I did, that's how I'd want to listen to it. That's what Bob says on the grin. Hey, Jeremy, can you play that clip again, please? I can. Thank you. I'm going to answer this question, though, because they asked me specifically. Game 4 is when I realized it was a bad idea.
Yeah. Come on, let's go.
Oh, boy.
No. So we got a real big problem. Somebody keeps fucking me here.
Joseph, do you not have StreamYard access yet? You should probably get that.
Nope.
You should again probably get that.
Fight forever. Fight forever. Do you remember when the Mad King, Eddie Kingston, was fighting the cult of personality, CM Punk? And after 8 minutes of a rabid atmosphere, they just decided they were going to chant both these guys like they were at fucking TakeOver.
Yeah, I do.
They should have stopped the match then and there. Should have said, we're not doing it. Pick a side. Tank Machines did a review of the match on his wonderful site, and he was like, pick a side, stand for something. Stand for something. What a great Tank Machines. No one likes
He's great.
The best, man. The best follow on wrestling Twitter by like miles. Honestly.
I discovered him through his review of like the Hardy match, the Ultimate Delete, whatever the fucking first one was.
Yeah.
That's how I found out about him. I was like, oh yeah, he's good.
Do you like it?
I don't remember. Yeah, he liked it because he praised it for being like something different and like creative and like
because
really
he does
the backstory and stuff.
He does this thing where like he just doesn't. He's made a conscious decision. I mean, I'm not like pals. We don't talk to him all the time. We tweet a little bit, and it seems that he's just made a decision. He's not ever going to promote his reviews.
Yeah. That's how I didn't even know. I like just like stumbled onto it because he doesn't really promote them at all.
It's wild, but he's so great at them. Yeah, you earned. That's an AJ Styles line, isn't it, Jeremy? I didn't deserve it. I earned it. Big pat on the back. Bob's going to say that when he wins an award for this podcast.
It's true.
Best 3-minute bit on the weekly wrestling podcast. It all goes to.
It wasn't the best today, but come back out or not next week. We're taped next week. Come back out in 2 weeks. Actually, figure out a topic.
Okay, we've got 20 minutes here. Can we just all talk about as a family, like what this show is going to be like? Seriously, I'm going to set the set, guys. You're the hardcore fans that you watch this. Hopefully, you go in a little bit more hardcore and you pay us some money on Patreon. But we love you. We're going to give you some inside baseball here. Okay. At the time we record this program on Saturday night, I would have just returned from the cinema because I am going to see what is apparently some sort of recut of Rocky IV, which I have been convinced I'm going to go and spend my time on. It's cool. Like, and it's the best thing is it's branded like Rocky versus Drago, like it's a fucking like Mortal Kombat game. It's amazing. So I'm going to come out of there at like 11 p.m. here in Brittown. I'm going to go home, very tired. I'm going to come on StreamYard. Waiting for me will be Bob O'Neill, who by 7 p.m. on Saturday will have done some things that have made his, frame of mind different. Jeremy Lambert, who God only knows where he'll be at 7 p.m. on Saturday. And the confirmed shoot, who will be moments removed from watching his beloved Ohio State probably lose. And we will sit here and try our best to produce an episode of The Stretch. We will have a cold open. We will have the theme music that you'll love. We will have the corner three will be a thing. Has to be a thing, right? We'll just all go. We'll like put Bob in the big part of the screen so it feels different to the rest of the show.
There you go.
This will all happen 5 days, 4 days, however long before it actually airs, meaning that almost certainly something awful or crazy will happen in the time in between. And everyone will be in the chat like, "What's going on? Why are these guys talking about dick so much and talking about cowboy hats?" And then there'll be like 30 of them watch Late Night Grin, and I'll be like, "Here it is, finally, it's arrived." It's gonna be a disaster, isn't it? Let's be honest, guys.
It'll be great. People are gonna love it.
I actually think people will love it. Hopefully they do. The way I see these holiday shows is, I don't know how all of our great viewers like spend these holidays. Not everyone has a bunch of pals around or family. And I always like to think of it as like, if they are on their own, maybe we can entertain them for about an hour and a half.
Yeah, for sure.
Pop them a little bit. Spend Thanksgiving with us. If for whatever reason you can't spend it with someone else, spend it with us dipshits, and we'll try our best to make you laugh a little bit.
That's all we can do, man. Smiles on faces.
Oh yeah, Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be fun. Confirmed shoot, obviously. Normally a Patreon exclusive. Making the
it's a big deal.
Yeah,
it's a big show when you're getting him.
Have you guys listened to Freddie Prinze Jr.'s new wrestling podcast?
No.
Listen to it.
I bet it's good. Like
it's good.
He was a good interview. Like when he would do a bunch of interviews and stuff, he was good. So I'm sure it's good. I know he's going to interview some WWE people coming up. I know at least Woods is going to be on it. So I'll definitely listen to when he interviews people.
He's a really great storyteller, all bits aside.
Yeah.
When I tweeted that it was going to be a good podcast, I had to like literally phrase it as like, this is not me dunking on him, because it seems like someone's done, because wrestling podcast in itself, we all laugh at, like, who needs more wrestling podcasts? But he's a very good storyteller, and I think there will be some good shit in there. The first episode is him talking about how he got into professional wrestling and how he got his job with the World Wrestling Federation.
So I've heard a lot of that stuff before.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm just saying.
Most of the chat has no idea what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Remember, Jeremy, you're like Giggy's listening to these things.
Yes, I know. Again, he's very. This is what I'm saying. Like, I know he's very good at like when he interviews and talks about this stuff. He's probably. This is why I didn't listen to the first one, because I saw the description. I was like, oh, I feel like I've heard a lot of this before.
It's really good though. Very hard to do a one-man pod, but he does it here. And as you said, the interviews will be fun.
Yeah.
I assume Woods is going to be on it. I assume Alex will be on it at some point. I don't know who else he still pals with that works there, because they fire 100 people every 2 months, but someone will pop up, I'm sure. Bob, are you going to be on it?
He's got my information. If he wants to have me on it, I'm open for that.
How does he have your information, Bob?
I mean, he can DM me on Twitter, same way everyone else can.
Has he blocked you yet?
No, I don't think I've ever tweeted it at or about Freddie Prinze Jr.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. You're going to tweet at Freddie Prinze Jr. And this, I'm not going to get you in trouble. I want you to just say, "Hey, man," at Freddie Prinze Jr. You can do that, right? Because here's the thing that's fun about it. He seems like a very friendly guy, and there's a decent chance he'll notice the fact that your tweet has got like an absurd amount of likes because, of course, you're Bob, and when you don't tweet about me, everything else gets likes. So, yeah.
Yes, let me, what is that? I'm trying to, oh, never mind, I found it. We're good.
Here we go. Just a nice, friendly, hey, man. We'll see how this goes. You could be on the podcast within weeks.
Done.
I never heard him on the New Day podcast, Josh, but I'm assuming he was good on that too.
So
again, this is just setting the table, obviously. So a lot of it's familiar stories.
So here's the thing. Yeah, he was on the New Day podcast. He probably talked about it. I've listened to him with Van Vliet, where he details a lot of that stuff. I've also listened to him on. I'm actually just like going through and seeing like all the different podcasts that I've covered with him on it.
Oh my god,
Helwani and Van Vliet were two big ones. So like, you know, if you're getting interviewed by Helwani and Van Vliet, you kind of detail a lot of that stuff. So
see, I don't really listen to a lot of the wrestling like interview podcasts except for Renee. So I could probably add another one.
Yeah, you'll probably find some good stuff in the.
You don't listen to Sam Roberts every week?
I don't know.
I listened to Sam Roberts. Oh yeah, the Homicide interview. I was like, what Sam Roberts interview did I listen to this week? Homicide. Real quickly, Andrew says, love Jeremy's Palo Blaze interview. Is that a one-off? Or are you trying to do more? I'm going to do some more interviews. I'm trying to do different stuff.
I've got an interview coming up.
Do you?
Yes.
With
Mark
Machine
Madden.
Gun Carl Anderson?
No, we only talk off the air. Mark Madden.
Let's go. Oh,
No.
So we got a real big problem. Somebody keeps fucking me here.
Somebody keeps fucking him. He's got a real big problem. He's going to be an man when his contract's up and we can finally get him on the distraction full time. That's when our show changes forever. You know, we get like we just merge with Talking Shop. It becomes like Bob has to share the corner through with Rocky Romero. Yeah, Josh says it like he's very critical of the way they write TV, but he's like relates to their jobs, so he's also very fair.
Yeah.
He's a good guy to listen to, man. Honestly, like you guys know, I think most of these dudes are full of shit. He's
insightful.
Yeah.
I do look forward to the interviews because anytime he is interviewed, he's very insightful.
Dude, I just did all of this, and he's going to have a lecture on at some point, and they're going to talk about how good the Fiend Death stuff was, and I'm going to throw it out the fucking window. He loved that shit. Like, you could bet your house he loved that shit, you know?
Let's wrap up since O'Neill's got to go get a haircut before.
Fight forever.
No, we're not fighting forever. We're wrapping up.
Bro, you just spoiled what Bob's doing before the show.
It's okay.
It's like a big angle. He's going to reveal it on the air.
Is it? I didn't think it was a big angle.
Yeah, Shoot doesn't know what's waiting for him. He said, I'm going to reveal something.
Shoot doesn't listen to this, so it's fine.
Shoot, he is old, man. He is old.
Shoot also does know what's going to happen. No one else knew, but, you know, it's fine.
Shoot did not know.
Did he not? I told him.
He texted me. I have no idea what he's talking about here.
That's fine.
I could be lying. You guys could have just been like, shouldn't have said anything. Nobody would have paid attention.
It doesn't matter. I didn't build to it for 4 weeks like you guys did.
So. I just saw Bob, that picture, Bob, you tweeted of the Dave Bautista action figure.
It's great, right?
I love that shit so much.
Guys, it's still going to be a surprise. You don't know what the haircut's going to be.
No,
I'm not going to lie, Jeremy. You kind of ruined my day with that. I ain't going to lie.
Sorry.
It's kind of brutal on your part.
Also, I think you can figure out what it's going to be. I've been on these for long enough with various lengths of hair.
Shave your head. What if you come out with a shaved head? O'Neill's going to shave his head, everybody.
Not completely. It's insane, but...
Fully shaved.
No, my head's too big. You know how it would look if I had no hair?
Factual. You do have a giant head.
Who would you look like? Which wrestler would you look like?
With like a completely shaved
Tommaso
head.
Ciampa.
Yeah.
My God, what a
O'Neill, plug something.
You follow me on Twitter at Robert O'Neill 31, or you.
Right, let's go. No. So we got a real big problem. Somebody keeps fucking me here.
I like we would never do like the drops on the main show. I like doing them on like the post show and shit though. It's fun.
There is a place for it, like once every quarter, just dropping an old boy. We've got a real big problem. There's something to it. But yeah, I agree. Mostly best here, definitely. Yeah. I've heard Dukes mentions that Confirmed Shoot has his own section now of the Grinner Circle called The Shooters, which is very fitting considering his political beliefs. Anyway, you can join me with the great Confirmed Shoot, Bob O'Neill. Jeremy, you gonna be in the house for this one?
I will be there for as long as I'm there. Yeah.
Oh, how? all four of us will be there. A little preview of next week's distraction as we watch the lads book Texas Wrestling Federation. Jeremy and I are there just for moral support and popping ourselves. That'll be in about an hour, as I said. Tomorrow we're taping something that you guys are going to see also next Thursday, I think. I think that's when the Pale Chris is dropping that. But
yes. Yep.
Look out for that. If you haven't already, try to think of the easiest way, because I know YouTube search is the filth. But we did a great WrestleMania draft with our friend Chris Bordheim before, where we had to draft the matches from WrestleMania history. It was an awesome concept. Bob's done a show, Chris, too. Tomorrow we're going to be recording one for Starcade. So look out for that. Saturday, obviously, we're going to take the distraction. Late Night Grid on Friday night after Rampage. LateNightGrid.com. Sign up for just $1. Oh, hell.
Guys, LateNightGrid.com. We'll be over there in an hour. All three of us, plus confirmed shoot. Twitch tomorrow. Chris Bordon's channel, Music of Moonsaults. We'll be there next week. Now we're everywhere, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna listen to a Paul Heyman interview, everybody. Enjoy your night.
That's a
Bob
spoiler.
will refund your $1. Bob will refund your $1 if you don't like it. You can
Correct. That's a spoiler.
Yeah, it is a spoiler. Bye, everyone. Enjoy your night. Thank you. Love you guys. Thanks for the support.